Hey guys, it's Courtney here, and I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. I have here, actually, I guess technically 4 Ashton Drake babies. Excuse me. Hey. Hey. Look. Here. Play with this. Sorry, I got my puppy up here. But I have here actually 3 Linda Webb babies. I got Kate, I've got Charlie, and I also got in semi-kit form is Emmalise. These are all by Linda Webb. Obviously when you get her, she's on a full, she's on a cloth body, like a 3/4 cloth body. And then I also actually have this kit. Who is this by? This is by, well, Leah. Let's see. The sculpting is familiar, but I'm not 100% sure who made this kit, because it's got AD, which I was thinking that's just for Ashton Drake, right? Does Emily have? Yeah, Emily has. Oh, I see. Oh, this is Michelle Fagan. That's who it is, because that's her kind of signature stamp there, the M with the heart around it. So this is a Michelle Fagan. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. But I want to talk about them because I wanted to actually make a new reborn baby using Emily's head and the limbs and possibly the belly plate area of Charlie and or Kate, depending. So I put out a wanted ad for a Charlie or a Katie, or Kate, I'm sorry, for that reason. And wonderful, lovely lady, Miss Mary, who I got to talk to at the doll show this past year, or I guess technically last year. And she sent me these 2, and she sent me this baby here because, and this is an issue I've heard all about, but I've never actually seen in person. Because now I think Kate is in pretty good shape. The only concern I have for her is she seems a little bit oily. And it looks like due to her oil that baby powder was put on her. Now this was one complaint that I've heard about Ashton Drake babies, is the fact that after a while they leak oil. So they basically get really greasy. Like, she's a little bit sticky, which is not typical. I don't know if Ashton Drake has changed their vinyl type, because I know for a fact that they have received a ton of complaints about the oiliness, and then also, and this is what I wanted to show with Charlie, bluing of the vinyl. So you can see how blue his arm is. Like, look, there was his original vinyl color, and you see how dark and blue it is compared like to the rest of them. You can definitely see it there, the arm versus the vinyl. Here he has a bit of bluing behind his neck and on this side where his ear is. And I have no idea what causes that. I know that there was a long post. I'm going to do some research on it, because I still want to salvage these babies if I can, because I initially heard that Ashton Drake babies that had been reborn never had any form of bluing that there's been record of. I don't know what causes that. I don't know if like the paint thinners or maybe washing the vinyl beforehand. I'm not sure what prevents the kits from turning blue. That hasn't really been discussed, you know, or it hasn't been proven that I've heard of. But I also believe I've heard of ways to get rid of the bluing even after it happens. I'm going to do some research because I really want to be able to save Mr. Charlie here. Kate is in pretty good shape. I am noticing a little bit of discoloration on like this arm. It's very subtle. And then a little bit down here, because you can see it's, well, I don't know if you can see on camera or not, it's more of a true color vinyl on the upper part of her arm, and then it gets a little bit darker here. Try not to show their private areas. They are anatomically correct full vinyl babies. The legs look good from what I'm seeing. She did have some baby powder all over her private areas, which I did wash off as much as I could. I didn't want to like run her completely under the sink because I didn't want water to get trapped down inside, but for the most part she looks pretty good. Like this foot, you can definitely see a difference here. See her 2 feet? This one's definitely, so this, her arm and her leg on this side have definitely turned a bit discolored compared to the other side. So it's so fascinating to me. I have no idea what causes this, and I don't know if the newer Ashton Drake dolls are doing the same thing. These have been like dolls that have been in people's collections for several years before this happens typically. But just kind of a pre-warning for you guys. I have these two, and then I did happen to find, she warned me about the discoloration and all that on these two, so I figured these were not ones I was going to be using for my project that I had, but I did want them because I wanted to salvage them. These are really beautiful sculpts, and so I wanted to see what I could do with them. But I do have another Charlie sculpt coming, but he's actually already in like pulled apart, which is great for me because that's the hard part, is even like when working on these two, I'll probably have to cut open their body plates, which is fine because if you're not familiar, they're full vinyl, but they're very stiff and very hard, at least in their torso area. Their arms and legs are nice and squishy and soft. Their head is really hard, but yeah, their torso is really hard, so no cuddle factor there at all. But who knows, maybe like one of them I will keep full vinyl and then just paint, and the other one maybe I'll you know, weight, root, all that stuff. We'll see. So then we have, you can see how the bluing has started on this kit as well. So along the face area, I feel like I can work with this because the way it's laid on the face honestly looks a bit where you put blue undertones. I mean, I don't typically put them on the cheek area, but I can still work with that. But very cute little face. And then this leg is fine, no issues there. And then this leg seems pretty good, no issues there. Now this arm definitely has some of the bluing, and it doesn't, that's what's crazy, like it doesn't go all the way through the vinyl. I mean, I know you guys can't see that, but it's not blue on the inside, it's just on the outside. That is so, I have no idea. I need to do a little more research. There was a really long post about it on Dolphin at one point. And then this arm is good. So it's really just that one arm and then the face. So we'll work out something. You can see it's actually getting a little discolored on the flange here. But anyway, it's just something that I don't know if you guys had ever heard of or seen. I thought I would share that with you all, because I had heard of it, but none of the Ashton Drake dolls that I've had have ever had those imperfections on it. Excuse me, ma'am. Leia, get that back, please. Oh yeah, look, good to know. Michelle Fagan. There's the actual signature there. So this is a 2005 sculpt. So the sculpt is quite old. So you can, wow, 2005 does not seem that old, but yeah, that actually was a long time ago. But yeah, so you can see that these are older babies. I assume that if you were to buy a Charlie on Ashton Drake now, that it wouldn't have any issues. I really hope that by now they have fixed these imperfections. Really, truly hope that. But even so, I mean, I would recommend maybe getting them painted, or I mean, because you know they also, it helps with the realism. I mean, I love Reborn and Ashton Drake babies and like masterpiece galleries and all that. I love doing that because it really does make a difference, because the Ashton Drake babies are like really nice sculpted. They're most of them are made by the same sculptors as those that produce kits. Linda Webb never produced any kits, which is really a shame. I love her babies. Excuse me, ma'am. Leia, you're causing a ruckus. Shh. They can't hear. So anyway, so we've got an Emily here, and I do have her 1/4 limbs here. So she's got, this is what 1/4 means. So you got two like wrists and hands, and then you got like 2 ankles and feet. So that is, which is not a bad thing, because they make really great, you know how cuddle bodies have really caught on? Well, that's what, you know, you could add the hands and the feet, and it could still be a very, very cuddly baby, but they also have, little hands and feet at the end, so they could wear like, you know, long sleeve rompers or sleepers, and the hand would still show. So, I've actually always liked 1/4, body dolls, but I wanted to recreate a baby that I'd made before, and so that's why I wanted to be able to have these pieces together to make it. So and there's nothing wrong with Charlie's face at all. It's just that the way his head is, doesn't look as best on a cloth body, whereas Emily has the actual flange. So that's what I do, is I have this head, which Emily's head is, you know, a classic, one of my favorites. This head with the full limbs, you know, and probably the belly plate and everything. And I think she'll look super, super cute. So, alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and we will see you in another one very, very soon. Bye-bye!